There we go. Okay, so for those of you that may be catching this as a VOD later, I'm just setting up our stream to go live real quick. I'm going to send out some little tweet information. We're going to get everything set up. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the Crack the Case deck, the starter deck for Magic Arena 2024. But first, I need to send some information out. Will be just a moment. And for our listening pleasure, we've got a little bit of some rain sounds and a little bit of Skyrim ambient music. I like to set the tone by putting some rain on in the background because it helps me forget that I'm in California and dealing with 106-degree weather right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut that down. Bring this up. We will be ready to begin pretty soon. But we won't be wasting too much time. I know we've all got busy lives, we've got places to be, things to do. So, let me go ahead and get started. Hello, John M. Blues. It's nice to see you here. So, let's go ahead and hop on over to our gameplay scene. And this is the deck that we're going to be playing with tonight. This is Crack the Case. It is an Azorius Detective theme deck built around drawing extra cards with the Investigate mechanic and pumping up your dudes and smashing face. It is a surprisingly, I wouldn't say aggressive, but a good deck for applying pressure, especially with all of the flyers. But what I'll do is I'm going to first show you guys the original deck. This is the stock deck that everyone has access to. This is white and blue with a few artifacts in it. It runs Novice Inspector, as you would expect. It runs Thinking Cap and also Magnifying Glass, because this deck stock also runs Agency Outfitter. This is a creature that when it comes into play, you search all of your zones. You check your hand, your graveyard, your library. You check all these zones for specifically Thinking Cap and Magnifying Glass, and you put them directly into play. So these things can be kind of cool, but these things I ended up ultimately cutting from the deck because they're just really not good outside of limited. So next up we have Perimeter Enforcer. We're also looking at Seasoned Consultant, Unyielding Gatekeeper, Jaded Analyst, Prof's Eidetic Memory. And this is actually a really good card. I'm really happy to have a card like this, not just in standard, but in a deck like this. We have Officious Interrogation, Forensic Gadgeteer, Projector Inspector, the Scene Core Scholar, Alquist Prof, Master Sleuth, Private Eye, Magnifying Glass, Griffknot Tracker, No Witnesses, Cold Case Cracker, Granite Witness. We have Ezrim, the Agency Chief. That's kind of like our big, like, mid to late game bomb in this deck. We have Hotshot Investigators, Agency Outfitter, like we talked about before. And then we have a pile of lands. We have 10 plains, 10 islands, 4 Lonely Arroyo, and a Mateos Archive. So that is the base form of the deck that you get to play with. Everybody gets this form of deck without any kind of upgrades whatsoever. Now, next, I'll show you the changes that I made to the deck and see where we're going to go with it. Hi, nerd. Sadly, I don't have a clue on how to upgrade this deck. Well, I will do what I can to help assist in figuring out where we want to go with this build. So, that's that. Now, here is what I landed on with the upgrade. Now, this build is pretty heavy on creatures. We're running 25 creatures, 10 non-creature spells, and 25 lands. I don't like to mess with the mana base too much with these upgrade builds. I want to keep the mana bases as close to original as possible. Mostly because when you're upgrading mana bases, that's where your entire budget goes to. Like, you're going to just be throwing all of your rares into your mana base because there are so many really great lands that are just rare. So I like to leave this alone and put the bulk of the upgrading into the main deck. And also, you'll want to take a look at this too. So let's go ahead and we'll go over to, we'll go to collected, not collected, format legal, just the stuff that we can play with, and we'll look at the lands. We'll take a look at this. So we have the plains, we have the islands, Hidden Courtyard, Fair Basilica, and then like you get to the like actual lands that you want to be playing with. Attica Waste, that's a rare. Fortified Beachhead, that's a rare. Idyllic Beachfront, that's not. Meticulous Archive is a rare. Restless Anchorage is a rare. Sea Chrome Coast is a rare. And like the only other like non-rare lands that give you both of your colors are gonna be like Tranquil Cove, things like that, like Gainal Life lands. It's like, and also like the Surgical Bay, Hidden Cataract, things like that. Like, so while this deck doesn't really need a desert, like there's no like desert payoffs in this deck, I'm opting to keep with the Lonely Arroyo over the Gain Life land, just because gaining life really isn't necessary for this deck. However, if you need to deal that one last point of damage, maybe this land comes in handy for you. Who knows? Anyways, so where I went with the upgrades in this deck is I upped the Novice Inspector to 4. I upped the Jaded Analyst to 4 because this is actually a fairly decent detective at only 2 mana. It's a defender, which isn't great, but whenever you draw your second card each turn, the Analyst loses defender and gains vigilance until end of turn. So this can turn into a fairly decent beater just by drawing cards off of your clue tokens. Now also we have Prof's Eidetic Memory. I increased this to 3 just because this is a really good card. Because on its own, it draws an extra card for you when you play it. So that's going to trigger things like Jaded Analyst's ability. Also, it's going to trigger Private Eye's ability to give a detective unblockable until end of turn. And also the adding +1/+1 counters is pretty cool. Now, I added No More Lies into the deck because I wanted to have at least something to defend myself with in this deck, and No More Lies is pretty much it. There's really no real removal in this deck, outside of this card here called Behind the Mask. And I opted to go with this card because it has two modes. You can either turn an artifact into a 4/3, and we're going to have tons of artifacts because we are going to be playing cards that create clue tokens for us. Now, if we need, we can collect evidence 6, which means you exile cards from your graveyard that come to a total mana value of 6 or more. And if you do that, you can turn another creature's base power and toughness into 1/1. So let's say your opponent has like a Sheldred on the table or something really big that you can't deal with. You're just going to use Behind the Mask's other ability to turn that into a 1/1 so that you can have a good trade, as opposed to just having to run your creatures into another creature, and that creature's just going to die. It's like, so you can create positive trades with this card. So that's why I decided to run Behind the Mask, because it can be removal and it can be pressure. It just depends on what mode you want. Now, aside from that, I opted to go with the Wojciech Investigator because this deck does tend to empty its hand fairly easily, and this card can help you create more clue tokens and give yourself more fuel for Private Eye and Jaded Analyst. Aside from that, we also have the Steam Core Scholar. It's a 2/2 for 3 fly and vigilance. When Steam Core Scholar enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Then discard 2 cards, unless you discard an instant or a sorcery card, or a creature card with flying. So that also works very well with Proph's Eidetic Memory. So you play this, draw 2 cards, you get to add 2 additional +1/+1 counters to a creature that's going to be attacking this turn. Now, Alquist Proft, we increased that count up to 3 because he's just a really solid 3-drop. He's a 3/3 with Vigilance. When he comes in, he investigates, so you get a clue token, and you can use that clue token to draw cards and gain life. So he comes with a built-in Sphinx's Revelation, and I think that's pretty cool. I also upped the Private Eye count to 4, because the Private Eye's ability to make your creatures unblockable is actually going to be really good for making sure that you can get creatures through opposing blockers and actually win some games. Next up, we have Granite Witness. I only kept 2 of these in the deck. I didn't really go up or down too much on this one because it is a fairly decent card that can help you get attackers through blockers. And also you can play it face down as a 2/2 ward and then just flip it up later. Also, it's a 3/2 with flying and vigilance, so it's not too bad. Now, the top end of the deck is Ezram, Agency Chief. Now, a lot of you may not know this card because not a whole lot of people play it, but this came in the starter. It fits with the theme, so I just increased the count on this by 2 points. So it's a 5/5 for 5 mana, flying. When he enters the battlefield, he investigates twice, meaning you get 2 clue tokens. You pay a colorless, sacrifice an artifact. Ezram gains your choice of Vigilance, Lifelink, or Hexproof until end of turn. All of those abilities are very relevant. You can use Hexproof to save your creature, give it Vigilance so that you can keep it open for blocking, or give it Lifelink to kind of outrun the race against other aggro decks. Okay, and that is pretty much the deck, top to bottom. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. I played a few games with it earlier today, and it did fairly well. So as far as like upgrading a starter deck, I'm pretty happy with it. And also, let's count up the rares, make sure that we're still within budget. So we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 with the Meticulous Archive. So that is exactly 15 rares, and that's where I want to keep these starter decks at. So 15 rares, easy peasy. So this will not be a difficult craft for anyone that is just starting the game and wants to play a deck like this. So let's go and take it out there, play a few games, and see how we do. Okay, we're going to do some standard ranked, crack the case, and let's go play. Okay, so our opponent is Koze. And we have 3 lands, 2 No More Lies, Alquist, and Private Eye. So we unfortunately don't have a whole lot of turn 1 play. However, we do have No More Lies backing up our Alquist and our Private Eye, so it seems fairly decent. Let's give it a shot and see how far we get. Looks like our opponent is mulliganing. How far did they go, though? Okay, they mulligan down to 6 cards. So we're going to play the Lonely Arroyo first, because we don't have any turn 1 plays. Let's see what our opponent does. Okay, opponent plays a Mountain. Tells me they're playing mono red. And they are. There's a Kumano. Okay, so now that we know he's playing mono red, we're going to just hold up some mana for this No More Lies, hoping that he tries to play a threat this turn. Okay, plays Mountain, and there's our threat for the turn. We will cast No More Lies on that. Okay, now we play our play for turn, and we're going to play Alquist Proft. Now he's very likely going to get bolted down very quickly. But we do have a potential blocker for the Etching the Kumano. So let's see what happens. Okay, plays Ancestral Anger. And a Monetary Swift Spear. I probably drew the Swift Spear off the Etching. Yeah, we'll block. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to play... Do you want to play the Private Eye or the Jaded Analyst? I think we want to play the Jaded Analyst this turn. And then play the Island so that we can back up Counterspell mana. And also, we'll be able to play the Private Eye next turn, and potentially, if we draw another land, we can draw a card off of the Clue token and attack with the Jaded Analyst for 4. That is if he doesn't kill the creature this turn. Oh, nope, there it is. Okay. Well, that's him tapping out, so I'm going to No More Lies that. He does still get the +1 from the Monetary Swift Spear, so let's see if he tries to attack into my creature. And if he does, I'll just block. I will gladly block that. Oh, he's backing out. Smart move. Okay. So let's see here. So I'm going to draw a card off the Clue, and hopefully we draw into a land. We did. Perfect. So I'm going to play that land. We're also going to play Private Eye. And we're going to attack with the Jaded Analyst for 4 damage. That worked out pretty well. Oh, here comes the Slicky. Slicky swings in for 1. So that tells me he didn't have a whole lot to play off the first... play from his hand, I mean. Novice Inspector. Honestly, I think I'm going to keep the Inspector there, because that's going to give me access to a Clue token next turn. I will attack with the Private Eye. Okay, he takes the damage. Perfect. No. This is the upgraded version of the deck. Oh. And our opponent decided that enough isn't enough. I'm into it. Yeah, no, I was showing everyone the original deck, base stock, and I showed everyone the upgrades that I made to the deck. And now we are playing the upgraded version of the deck in ranked play right now. And our first game was solid. We thwarted mono red, which is a victory in anyone's book. Garrick number 1. Okay. Alright, so this hand looks totally playable. We have a Lonely Arroyo, Meticulous Archive, and a Plains. Novice Inspector, Alquist, Wojek, and a Granite Witness. So I will keep it. Our opponent goes first, though. Okay, so we'll go Plains into Novice Inspector and make our opponent think that we're playing Boros. Phyrexian. Okay, so we're up against a Dimir build. Tenacious Underdog. Okay, so we don't have anything else to play this turn. So what I'll do is I'll play the Meticulous Archive and Surveil 1. Do we want to keep that land there? I think we do. I kind of want that land next turn. No attacks. I'm waiting to see. There's the third land. Okay, Vampire. So he really does not want me countering his spells. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go another land right here, and I will play a Wojak Investigator. That Preacher of the Schism is going to be very troublesome, though. He probably has, like, removal backup too, though. Invasion of Amonkhet. Yeah, that's not going to be good. Discard a card, huh? I'll discard the Lonely Arroyo. What did I mill? Lands. Lands and No More Lies. Alright, yeah, I will not be blocking. Alright, so let's go Plains. And then I'm going to go Private Eye. And I will attack for 3. Hey Farquaad, how you doing? I'm glad to see you joining the chat. We are playing the Crack the Case deck tonight. Let's see what kind of upgrades we can do to it. They played a Celestis into a Deep Cavern Bat. So I probably want to take my Ezram. That would be the best case scenario for them. I don't think they'd probably want to take either of the other two. Oh, I'm surprised they took the Alquist. Yeah, I will not be blocking. Are you coming at my face? Came at my face. Oh my god. What a jerk. Okay, let's go ahead and play the Lonely Arroyo. And then I'm going to draw a card. Give our Wojak... Actually, do I want to give our Wojak or Private Eye unblockable? Let's give the Private Eye unblockable this turn. And we'll attack for both. Okay. Take all the damage. And... honestly, I think that's it. Yeah. On the turn. Okay, they gain a life, draw a card, discard a card. They discarded a Path of Peril. Now, what's in their graveyard versus what's in... oh, they played a Vein Ripper. That's not good. Not good at all. And I have a Novice Inspector in my graveyard. Yes. So that Invasion of Amonkhet's not that hot right now. Okay. I'm gonna swing in with all of those, huh? Yeah, resolve that. Okay. We'll go to blocks. We'll block and kill that. They gain 1 life. Also, a 2 life change from losing a creature. Let's see here. Alright, let's go land. Let's go... do we want Agency Chief? We can do Agency Chief. Now let's do Agency Chief. And I will choose not to attack this turn. So I might be able to do something cool next turn. But we'll see what happens. Just gonna keep this 1 mana open so I can sacrifice a clue token. So they have 3 cards in hand, and I don't know how many of those cards are removal spells. Pass. Okay, so he's going to come in for 1, 2, 3, 4. If I kill any of those creatures, the Vein Ripper is just going to gain him more life. So I'm just going to let it all resolve, let it all come in, deal some damage. Pass, no blocks. Pass. Okay, he goes to 14. So I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no, he screwed me. Okay. And I can't give indestructible to my creature. And that Vein Ripper is going to kill me because all those creatures are going to die. Okay. Normally, I would just concede right now, but I want to see all those triggers go off. Go for it. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of triggers. Very, very well played, sir. Well played. I do not mind losing to that because that was a cool interaction. Interesting running multiple board wipes in a very creature-centric deck. Very interesting. But now it makes sense knowing that he really wanted to just blow up the board when in an advantageous situation with a Vein Ripper. Solid play. Solid play. Not Captain Pep with the ponies. Oh my god. Okay. This is a pretty bad hand. As I don't have any action until turn 3. So I think I'm going to have to mulligan this. Okay, it's about the same. I'll keep it, and I will send back 1 land. Alright, our opponent is also on white and blue. So let's play Plains. Patchwork Automaton. Interesting. Alright, let's go there. Keep mana open with No More Lies. Boom, ba-doom, doom. Okay, they don't do anything. So I'll go here. Now, I could play something, but it's likely going to get counterspelled. So, let's play Private Eye. See what happens. Okay. They did not hold priority. That means they did not have an interaction spell. Oh, it's a synthesizer deck. Oh, I hate these so much. Yep, you called it. You absolutely called it. Frickin' Simulacrum. Alright, that's fine. That means we need to hold up. Oh shoot, we can't play anything then. Because we really need to hold open mana to counter a spell. So we're just gonna chill. Alright. Okay. No more lies. Okay, he does get a +1 counter though. Alright. Oh look, another one. That's cute. Let's see. So, he's got 2 cards left in hand. It could be anything. I think I have to play something. Okay, cool. We got a land out of it. I'm going to discard that. Yes, give him unblockable, because he'll be attacking this turn. Alright, go to 14. Yeah. Well, typically against what's the card? Against these Simulacrum decks, I really like playing red specifically for Brotherhood's End, because Brotherhood's End completely obliterates that deck. It destroys everything they have. Let's see. Let's go ahead and play a Prophecydatic Memory. I'll draw us a card. Ah, it wasn't blue mana. That's fine. So let's go and play that. Let's go and put the counter there. Attack for 3. Probably gonna lose this one. Oh, look. Another one. Yeah. GG. I'm out. Now, see, against that previous deck, I let them play it out and let them do their thing. Not the case in this one. Simulacrum Synthesizer is a deck that just fuels the anger portion of your brain. When you see it being played and when you see it going off, it's like, I just don't want to be here anymore. So, we hit the concede button and we move on to our next game. Okay, so this actually looks pretty decent. So, Lonely Arroyo, 2 islands. We have a No More Lies, an Alquist, and 2 Jaded Analysts. I'm actually really liking the Jaded Analysts like as a common in this deck, because they put in some work in some games. We'll keep it. Okay, our opponent is playing a Mountain. Not good for me. So I'm going to play a Lonely Arroyo. Deal 1 damage. Makes playing Farewell exceedingly acceptable. Not only acceptable, but just kind of like baseline, honestly. It's like, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, and I see a lot of people getting really angry about Farewell because it's such a good card for just catching everything. And typically a lot of the people you're going to come across on Twitter are like commander players, because like that's just like the most commonly played version of Magic right now is commander. So, and commander players get really upset when you interact with their board state in any way, shape, or form. So Farewell is like one of the most contentious cards online. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage right now. This is not going to end well for me. That's big damage. And because that Slick Shot came in under my counter mana, I think we might have just lost this. I could play the Wojak Investigator for a blocker. Yeah, we'll play the Wojak just to get a blocker on the table, because he will very likely just throw everything he has at me next turn. Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of problems with Farewell. I'm not one of those people, because honestly there are some games that happen where you really need to deal with a problematic board state. If someone is going like crazy with like enchantments or artifacts or other things that your deck isn't necessarily prepared to deal with, like sometimes you gotta do something, because like it's either that or just bend over backwards and take it. I'm not a huge fan of just accepting defeat. I like to have many options to deal with my opponent's game plan, which is why I don't get invited back to Commander Nights. Yeah, this game is so over for me. This deck does not have a whole lot in the way of interaction. Yep, GG. Good game, bird boy. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Let's hop back in. And that's another thing too, is with mono red. Mono red is such a consistently good deck that if I were to meet a new player just coming to the game and they ask me what deck should I go for first, I would honestly recommend that they go with mono red. Simply because it is such a good, consistent, and cheap deck. Even if like you're not going to get the most mileage out of it, it is a good deck for any starting player to just hop in and play some games of Magic. Because even like if you're playing like a deck built specifically to beat it, like sometimes the deck still just gets there, you know? Let's play the Jaded Analyst this turn. I think it isn't good because of how it has multiple options for such a low cost. I'll agree with you there. I do agree that the problem is that it's a 6 mana catch literally everything. Let's see. Give me Mr. Wojak. Yeah, it is a 6 mana catch everything. It is a card that is just a little bit too powerful for all the situations that it can catch. Draw me a land. Draw me a land that untaps. Draw me specifically a blue land that will come into play untapped. Never mind. It's a cut down. Yeah. Yeah, discard Behind the Mask. Play that. I think we've already lost this one. Yep. GG. Can't do much against that much hate. And yeah, that is kind of like the general consensus on Farewell. It's like it's just too versatile. It nukes reanimator strategies, it nukes enchantment strategies, it nukes artifact strategies, it nukes creature strategies. Basically, the only thing it doesn't touch is planeswalkers and battles. That's it. It just exiles the hell out of everything else. So I get it. I understand. I'm just saying I'm not the target audience. Like, I see a card like Farewell and I'm like, give me more. I'm kind of the problem. I'll keep this hand. Let's see. Well, let's start with the Lonely Royale. Ouch. Alright, that's fine. Let's play this and play Jaded Analyst. We may need to race this deck. Alright, plays a Mirax. What is your game plan? What are you going to do this turn? A Storm Chaser Drake. Interesting. You sure about that? I don't think you want to attack. Let's see. Let's go play the Island. We'll play Profts. Draw a card. Jade Analyst gets to attack this turn. Jade Analyst gets a +1 counter. Attack for 4. Ow. And play an Inspector. I love Vigilance. Vigilance is one of my all-time favorite keywords. Right next to First Strike. First Strike is so much fun. Oh, the audacity. Okay, he plays a Yavimaya Coast, so he has both blue or green mana to hold up. That means either color could be very good right now. Let's see. So, I could play the Granite Witness, or I could play the Private Eye. Either way, we're not going to be drawing a card this turn. So, I can play the Private Eye. Let's see if he has a counter spell for this. Okay. Now, he was holding priority, but I think that priority was just for, like, protection spells. What do you guys think about Bloodredder plus Rush of Dread combo? I think Bloodletter plus Rush of Dread is fun. It's cute. It can help get you there. My problem with it, and why I personally have not built a deck off of it yet, is the fact that it is it's a creature-based combo, and there are so many decks running around right now that are playing a critical mass of removal, not for combo decks like that, but specifically to fight decks like Mono Red and Boros. They're playing so much removal right now because of those decks. And because of that, you're going to be catching strays by playing a deck like Bloodletter combo. Let's see. Let's give that unblockable this turn. Okay. And give a +1 counter there. Swing. And he's going to play a card that's going to give his creature indestructible. It's fine. Okay, it goes to 9, and I will play Proft. Give me some more clue tokens. Let's see. Of Aught was designed like the Spree cards. I think it wouldn't be as bad. Yes, I agree with you. If it was designed in that pattern, I think you would be quite right. Because of the fact that like it says or more, that's kind of the thing. Let's give unblockable to Alquist. Okay, he puts a colorless and a green in his mana pool. And he plays Boseiju on my Profts. So he does not want me getting a +1 counter. That's fine. Let's bring in Meticulous Archive. Meticulous Archive gives me a Surveil trigger. That's a Plains. Get that out of here. I have too many lands as it is. Okay. We are coming. Alright, wants to block there. That's fine. And block there. Does he have enough cards to save both of his creatures? Slip out the back. Okay. I get 2 more poison counters. He draws a card off of Audacity. That's fine. Now I'm playing this face down so that in case he drops a solid blocker, I can tap it down. Bloated Contaminator. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna play Profs. Okay. We are going to give Alquist Proft unblockable this turn. We're also going to give him a +1 counter. Do you have something for it? Oh, yeah, slip out the back for my creature. Okay, I'm into that. Very peculiar. I'm going to play Ezram now. Give me some more tokens. Do you have enough to give me 5 poison counters this turn? Oh, no. Cancel that. Pass, go to blocks. Okay, we're at 7. Can you get the rest done? Ooh, Steam Core Scholar. Up! He could not! He's out! Bye-bye. We're gonna get our ranks back. Very nice. So far, I'm liking the play pattern of this deck. This is a pretty decent upgrade. I am yet, however, to get good reporting on the unmasking card. Lonely Arroyo ×2 at Plains, Private Eye, Granite Witness, Jaded Analyst, and a Steam Core Scholar. Pretty decent. Good curve. I think we'll keep it. Crawling Chorus. So another toxic deck. How peculiar. I gotta say, the Jaded Analyst is putting in work. Like for a 2 mana investment, it's a pretty solid card. Let's see. Let's go Plains, Analyst. He's probably gonna play that 1/4 Jailer card right now. Oh no, Ossification. That works too. Yeah, I think this game might be over before it started. We'll find out. Let's go Island into Mr. Proft. Get ourselves a little token. Okay, he's got another ossification for Proft. Very unfortunate for me. Okay, so now we have the Lonely Arroyo. We'll play that. And we'll play the Private Eye. Let's see if they have a third removal card. They might. I don't know. No, but they have a Blight Belly Rat. Okay. Block there. Okay, get another token. Alright, let's go with the Steam Core Scholar first. Draw some cards. Okay. Discard the Granite Witness. Give this unblockable this turn. Play this. Now, do we want to attack? Thing is, like, I don't think we want to, because if we do attack, we're kind of dead. So we're just going to chill at the moment. No attacks, end turn. We'll just wait until we can start swinging with our Vigilance creatures. Blight Belly Rat. Again, let's hit No More Lies on that. Because that thing proliferates when it dies. Block, block. Go to 9. Alright. So now we need to be very, very careful. So let's see here. Let's hit this activated ability. Draw. Give that unblockable on a turn. Now I'm going to play a Novice Inspector and a Jaded Analyst. Try to get a critical mass of creatures out there. Attack for 3. Alright, another Blight Belly Rat. That sucks! That sucks really hard. That pretty much has me dead. Oh. All you had to do was that. You didn't have to play the Blight Belly. You silly. Don't slow roll me. That is the most disrespectful thing you can do, is slow rolling an opponent. If you have the win, play the win. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is a hand I cannot keep. 3 planes and multiple blue and white cards. Gotta go away. Okay, that's a little bit better. So, I will keep this, and I will send back Behind the Mask. It's not exactly a card I want early. Play the Lonely Arroyo first. Probably play the Jaded Analyst second. Alright, opponent plays a Dismal Backwater and gets his life back. That's funny. Alright, let's play the Analyst. Alright, Dark Slick Shores into a Deep Cavern Bat. What are you gonna take? Probably the Private Eye, I would assume. Novice Inspector he knows I can cast. Private Eye he doesn't know I can cast. Let's play that. We'll keep that because I need the lands. And we'll play a second Jade Analyst. Alright, my opponent gets a third land. Oh, so they're playing Esper. How cute. Alright, let's go and play Plains. And I'll play a Novice Inspector. Let's draw a card. Okay, it's a Wojak. Both of them get to attack this turn. Let's go. yeah, this is not going well for me. It's fine. Walk there. Yep, draw a card. Alright, we got a No More Lies. And they are at exactly 4 lands. They could draw into a 5th land and screw my plan over. Or I could play Wojak Investigator. I'll play the Investigator. No attacks. And play the 5th land. And their first spell of the turn is Rafine. Perfect. Okay. Who's getting the +1? Deep Cavern Bat is. Gotta say, I was not expecting to see this deck in this rank at this point in Standard. Definitely not expecting that. I'd kind of imagine that most people have given up on this deck at this point. Here, let's hit activate. Okay. I don't have anything in my graveyard to utilize with Behind the Mask. That's not good. Alright, you know what? This is over. That is a little bit too difficult of a deck for little budget detectives to take on. A little bit too much. And that's okay. There are powerful decks, and then there are starter decks. So when someone wants to spend 15 wild cards, they can look at this deck. When they want to spend 60 wild cards, they can look at that deck. And mulligan that. Okay, that looks good to me. I'll keep that, and I will send back Alquist or Private Eye. Which one? I think Alquist. Alquist is kind of a lightning rod. Alright, we've got a Swamp and a Fairy Dream Thief. Is this the Roots deck? It's blue and black, so potentially no. Alright, Jaded Analyst comes down. Probably play the Profs or Private Eye next turn. Ow! Jerk. Alright, take the 1 damage. Alright, let's go ahead and play Plains, and I'm going to play Prof's Eidetic Memory first. Get an attack in with this. Attack for 4. Pow. Alright, let's see that third land. Okay, he plays an island, and he plays Deduce. Deduce is a good card. Sleight of hand, interesting choice. So this is reading combo for me. It's reading that he wants to reach a certain point in his deck. Now, that also tells me that I want to keep mana open for No More Lies, so I'm going to pass on the attack this turn. Now the question is, what combo is he going for? Because he's got a handful of danger over there. Just need to find out what his plan is. Okay. I don't like seeing the rope this early in the game. It's typically when you see the rope this early, it means the opponent has left the match. And I don't see their hand hovering over anything. Nothing is highlighted from their end. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. He's doing something. He's doing something. I'm stopping it. Yeah, hit me for one. That's cool. Alright, let's go and play this Plains. And I will play Alquist. Alquist comes in, we investigate, we activate to draw a card. Jade Analyst comes in, get another +1 counter on Mr. Analyst. Attack for 5. You're up, champ. It's possible that they their client locked up and they had to reload. Oh no, you stunted my Analyst. Whatever shall I do? Alright, I'm gonna take that one. Alright, let's see here. Got 3 mana to play with. Do you want to play the Wojak? It's either the Wojak or the Private Eye. I think we're playing the Private Eye this turn. Attack for 4 with Alquist. Okay, blocks with the Sprite. Very cool. Talien's Messenger. Is this a... This is a Fairies deck. How did I not notice that this was a Fairies deck? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Okay. So... He's tapped out. He's tapped out, but I won't be able to protect my Ezreal if I cast it this turn. So instead, I'm going to play Wojak Investigator. And then I will attack with both of those. Alright, takes a 3. How peculiar. I was not expecting to see a Fairies deck today. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see it. I love Fairies. I think Fairies is an awesome deck. And you guys will absolutely be seeing my Fairies deck upgrade. Sleight of Hand, again. Is that like the 3rd or 4th Sleight of Hand he's played? That's a clue token, right? Yep, sure is. Alright. Take our turn. We unfortunately do not get a clue token. I'm coming with everything. Three steps ahead, huh? Alright. Let's say that with No More Lies. Good game, sir. Sir or madam. I don't know who you are. You could be anyone. All right, not too bad, not too bad. We are getting places with this silly deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into here. I want to put a change in for this deck. So this card has been proven to be garbage. So I'm going to remove Behind the Mask. Now, I want to add in either something that draws me additional cards or something that will help me remove opposing creatures. So because of the fact that I don't have any removal and I already have a lot of card draw in the deck, I think I want to add some removal to the deck. So let's find something good. Let's go to, let's see. You want to look for instant white. We want to find a good white removal spell. So there's Elspeth's Smite. Elspeth's Smite could work pretty well. There's Getaway Glamour. That is, exile target non-token creature, return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, and also destroy target creature if no other creature has greater power. Now, that might not be the best for us because our creatures do grow pretty well because of Prof's eidetic memory. So it might not be the best option. Let's see. Actually, let's go ahead and get our sets correct. We don't want anything that's going to rotate soon. Let's see. So there's Lauren's Escape. Target artifact or creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. That could be decent. It also has a Scry 1 on it. Wrestler's Rampage. Untap all creatures target player controls. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. That could be good too. That could be a good way to end the game. Steer Clear deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Deals 4 to that creature instead if you control a mount as you cast the spell. There's no mounts in this deck. Let's see. Angelic Intervention. Target creature or planeswalker you control gains protection from colorless or from the color of your choice until end of turn. There's a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's Artillery Blast. Auspicious Arrival. It investigates and gives us a creature pump. That's not bad. Bovine Intervention. Destroy target artifact or creature. Its controller creates a 2/2 white ox creature token. That could be good for the silly artifact decks, the Simulacrum decks. Omni's Wake, Complete Devotion, Cosmium Blast. Deals 4 damage target attacking or blocking creature. That's alright. Deadly Riposte deals 3 damage target tapped creature and you gain 2 life. I do like that. Destroy Evil. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater, or destroy target enchantment. That could be useful when playing against arrest style decks. And then it's just straight up disenchant. Get Lost. Destroy target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Its controller creates 2 map tokens. This could be good, but it's a rare. I want to avoid rares because we're already at critical mass on rares. Tap up to 1 target creature, scry 1, then draw a card. Soul Perdition. Take up the shield. This could be good. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Interesting. It doesn't draw a card, but it gives a creature indestructible and lifelink. And a +1/+1 counter. That's honestly fairly decent. Prevent all damage to be dealt to you and creatures you control by destroyed by creatures. Join forces. Untap up to 2 target creatures. They each get +2/+2. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. But it's pretty expensive. It's like 3 mana. It's a bit much. I tell you what, let's roll back. Let's check out Take Up the Shield. I'm going to put 3 copies of Take Up the Shield in this deck and see how that works. It might be some secret sauce that we have not considered yet. Alright, let's take this out for one more game. And after this next game, I'm going to take a short break because I need to take my dogs outside to use the restroom. So, let's do this real quick. One thing I do like about this deck is, yes, it's an Azorius build, but it's kind of like a beatdown deck. It's not exactly something people would really expect from Azorius, unless you're playing like Soldiers or something. Soldiers is clearly a beatdown deck. Okay, so I'm looking at Lonely Arroyo, Island, Novice Inspector, No More Lies, Private Eye, Jaded Analyst. I will keep this. This is a decent hand. It's got a good curve. Unfortunately, we can't play Novice Inspector turn 1 unless we draw planes. What? Are we seriously playing against this deck again? Yep, we are against fairies yet again. Alright, Lonely Arroyo. Lonely, oh, let's go. Alright, fairy comes in for 1. It's gonna hurt. Alright, let's go Island. And I will play a Jaded Analyst. Opponent will play a removal spell. Called it a mile away. Alright, they get their island out, so they can potentially play a counterspell next turn. Oh, but they played a Kaido Shizuki. Interesting. Alright. So, I will play a Plains, and I will play a Novice Inspector, so I can keep up counterspell mana. Okay, we play another island. We pass. Pass. Take the 1 damage. Opponent draws a card. That Kaido is so good. That is one card I will miss leaving this this standard environment. It is a really, really good planeswalker. Alright, we drew a card. Next turn. Alright. Let's go ahead and play this island. And then I'll play this Jaded Analyst. What you gonna do? Alright. Jaded Analyst is in play. And I am going to go smack that Kaido for 1 damage. Potentially. Okay, looks like he's thinking about something. He's playing Faded Hope. Okay. The hope is now faded. Alright, plays that down. Attack for 1 damage. Now, I chose not to play it again because I'm thinking he wanted me to tap out. So he could play something like Shale Dread or something. Ow. His ultimate is 7. Yeah, draws a card. He's drawing too many cards off that Kaido. And I can't exactly race him on it. Alright, let's play his land. I will play Jaded Analyst again. Are you going to counter my Jaded Analyst? Return target spell to its owner's hand. What you gonna do? Oh, he's got a spell stutter. Okay. This is over. Okay. And just as promised, I'm going to be taking a short break right now. So if you need to use the restroom, if you've got other things you need to attend to them now. I'll be gone for about 5 minutes while I take the dogs outside. So, BRB. Come on, little buddies. Wanna go outside? go ahead and drop that back down. Okay. Put this in. Okay. All right. We are going to get back to it just now. Let me go ahead and hop back over to the right scene. And boom jams. Hey, how y'all doing? So far, the deck is doing pretty well. I mean, considering that it is an upgraded starter deck going up against the likes of Mono Red and Esper Midrange and Mono Black. It's like it's not too shabby, honestly. So I'm actually pretty happy with the way this deck has been playing out so far. So let's play a few more games and see where we can take this. So this game we have a Plains and an Island, No More Lies, Take Up the Shield, Alquist, Ezram, and Jaded Analyst. I'll keep it. Alright, so we go Plains first. Unfortunately, no turn 1 play, but that's okay. Alright, let's get this island out there and play the Jaded Analyst. Okay, so our opponent so far is in Orzhov, Secluded Courtyard, choosing Phyrexian. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and play a Prof's Eidetic Memory. Get a +1. +1 counter, attack for 4. Bam. Get him. Alright, opponent plays a Glissa. Glissa. Let's see. So, for me, I think I want to play Alquist. Get ourselves a clue token. I honestly really do like the clue token like investigate thing. Yeah, no blocks. Get your shit. The mechanic of like clue tokens, drawing cards, all that it's pretty cool. Okay, my turn. Let's go and play a Plains. And then I'm going to activate this. Draw a card. And then attack with the Jaded Analyst. Bam. Strike him down. Alright, I'm going to hold up mana so that I can block Glissa. Norn's Inquisitor, you say? Okay. So he's going to get 2 Incubator tokens. That's pretty cool. And an Annex Sentry, huh? Shoot. I'm going to have to let this go because I need to use Take Up the Shield against that Glissa. Because I know he's going to come after me with it. Oh no! He's got him twice. This game's over. Bye-bye. Shit, I forgot about the Roaming Throne. That Roaming Throne doubling everything really screws like, yeah. Good job, good job. Roaming Throne is an absolute threat that needs to be dealt with. Ugh. It's all good. For those about to rock. Interesting name. Okay, so we have 4 lands. Ezram, Jaded Analyst, Steamcore Scholar. We'll keep it. Play the Analyst on 2, Steamcore on 3. A Snarling Wolf, say whoa. Alright, Plains, Novice Inspector. Now, if the player wants to... Oh, no, he does not. Okay, I was going to inspect him to play into that a little bit. Use the activated ability on the wolf, I mean. Interesting art on the Cussing Naturalist. Gotta say, I was not expecting to see a werewolf deck. But I guess you probably want to get like your last hurrah of werewolves out before the entire deck rotates, right? Alright, let's play Steam Core Scholar. Draw 2 cards. Discard that. Yeah, I will not be attacking. Uh-oh. What is that? Tovolar's Huntmaster? Well played, sir. Well played. We'll move on to the next game. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Hyper into Tovolar. Okay. Cool stuff. I like it. The Free Striders are vigilantes who do what they believe is right, regardless of what the law says. They live a nomadic lifestyle. Sound like my kind of people. Okay. So we have 2 Lonely Arroyo, an island, Novice Inspector, Wojak, Ezram, Jaded Analyst. Cute. Do I get to go first? Probably not. Oh! So it seems that I do. Alright, pop him for 1. Alright, opponent plays a Deathcap Glade. Let's go ahead and play an island, and we'll play a Jaded Analyst. Alright, opponent plays a Swamp. Looks like they're choosing what to do right now. Caustic Bronco, you say? Alright. So let's go ahead. I'm going to play Plains, and I'm going to play the Wojak Investigator. Waiting to see what kind of land they play next. Okay, they play a Swamp. Gives them 3 mana to do whatever they want to. I'm expecting something like a Glissa or a Gix this turn. Or some solid removal. Oh, Glissa. That's what I thought. Do they attack? I don't think they do. Alright. Get an investigation token. Let's play a Lonely Arroyo. Pop him for 1. Play a Novice Inspector. Then I will attack for 2 in the air. And end the turn. You see, this is a great time for me to take up the shield. Because that Glissa is going to put in some work pretty soon. Thankfully, it can only remove enchantments and not artifacts. Our opponent has 3 mana to do with what they wish. Oh, you want to smack my guy, huh? That's unfortunate. Alright, it's down. Well, what you gonna do? You gonna saddle up? Okay. Pass. Okay, he's gonna attack. Ooh, with 3 damage, huh? Alright. Let's kill that. Ow. Alright, and a Deep Cavern Bat. He's probably going to take my Ezram. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Make your choice so we can continue with the game. Okay, so I take my Steam Core Scholar. I draw a card. Ah. Okay. Planes and Private Eye. Keep mana open for No More Lies. And yeah, I'll attack for 2. Bing. Alright, they play a Deathcap Glade. Comes into play untapped. They have 4 cards in hand, one of which is a copy of Glissa. So they won't be playing that. Makes me wonder what else they have in their hand. Anytime now, friend. Okay. Coming in with both creatures. I will pass. No blocks. Because that would be silly. Yep. Draw card was life. Pass. Deal the damage. Gain your life back. Yeah, that gets countered. Especially because I already know that you're playing fight spells in your deck. Of course that gets countered. Alright. Well, we got another Private Eye. So let's go ahead and play that. And we'll pretend to have counter spell magic. Even though they can see the last card in our hand. Bink bink. Go to 7. End turn. So, depending on what they do this turn, we might be able to win next turn. Because if they don't remove either of our Private Eyes and we draw a card next turn with the clue token, we might be able to just swing in and win. However, if that last mana is going to go to a fight spell, that's going to really hurt us. And it is. GG. That was unfortunate. If it wasn't for that bushwhack there, we would have won. I did not have fun that game. That was very disappointing. I'm disappointed in you, matchmaker. Alright, let's go again. Oh, that was quick. Okay, so we have a Meticulous Archive and an Island, a Novice Inspector, Take Up the Shield, Alquist, Granite Witness, and Shaded Analyst. It's a little rough, but I'll keep it. When it goes first, they play a Takanuma. I will play Meticulous Archive. Is it a land? It is not. Send it down the river. I need more lands. Play a plane. So they're playing Orzhov at least right now. So let's play Jaded Analyst. Are they going to play a removal spell? They play a removal spell. They play a Wedding Announcement. Okay, this is a control deck. Yeah, let's play Alquist. Get a clue token. When it plays a swamp into a Liliana, they make me sacrifice my creature.
And you think you can win?
Yep. As you do. I know precisely how this deck operates. Because this is a deck that I play fairly often. So far, they're playing quite a few cards that are going to be rotating. Oh, discard, huh? That's fine. We'll discard this extra island. Invasion of Tolvada, huh? Well, that's that. Can't deal with that much pressure. That is the unfortunate nature of this deck, is the fact that it's a budget starter build. It's going to have difficult uphill battles against certain decks. That was one of them. You can only do so much against so much pressure. Okay. Lonely Arroyo, Plains and Island into Novice Inspector, Granite Witness, and 2 Ezrams. We'll keep it. Opponent goes first, and they play a Swift Water Cliffs. I will play a Plains into a Novice Inspector. And we get a clue token for our troubles. Okay, they play a Tranquil Cove, so it looks like we are up against white, blue, and red. How peculiar. End turn. Chrome Host Seed Shark, huh? That's not promising. So it looks like we're up against another control deck. And we don't exactly have good removal for that card. So, Steam Core. Discard, Granite Witness. No attacks. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. The Jund deck, I'm very happy with right now. Just specifically because it's kind of like a pet project of mine to like make an old deck successful. And hearing that other people are having success with that deck makes me really happy. So I'm very pleased that you're having a good time with it. Now these starter decks, these are going to have middling results, simply just because of the rules that I'm placing on these decks, making them play with just 15 rares or less, and trying to play these on ranked ladder is not the best. Let's play this island. Let's see here. Let's see. Prophesied Memory. Does it come in? Are you gonna let me play it? Are you gonna counterspell this? Are you gonna be a jerk? Are you gonna be a big old butthead and not let me do my thing? They are. They're gonna be a big dang old booty hole. Yep. Bye-bye. Decline. I will not pay for that, because I know I can't pay the full cost. But I can play a Novice Inspector. Next. All attack. Not all attack. Just attack with Outquest. There we go. Have you made any changes to the Jund deck? Or are you playing it as I built it? I am a little curious about that. Because like I'm really happy with the way the deck turned out, because like I think it has like the right mix of removal and the right mix of discard. It's turning out pretty well. And whenever I pull it out to play just for like a few like random games throughout the day, it doesn't win like every game, but it does pretty damn well, and I'm really happy about it. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. Alright, let's go draw a card. My lands are a little different, but I'm running... Okay, well, that's good to know. I'm glad that things are turning out good for you. Alright, let's play Ezra. You better not still have a counter spell with one card in your hand. Resolve. Next, end turn. Herbrass. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this game is so over. Pass. Yep. Pass. Okay, you're gonna do 2 damage to it. Alright. Lifelink, Hexproof, or Vigilance. Okay. Well, I probably should have given it Hexproof beforehand. So, I'm not going to block anything here. Yeah, I have, for the most part, kept that deck the way I've had it since I originally built it. And surprisingly, the discard spells, like specifically like what's the name of the card? It was Aggressive Sabotage ends up being a blowout so often. It's really funny. Bink. Reach you for a bit. Put you to 15. Yeah, I really like Aggressive Sabotage. We're not winning this game. End of story. We cannot catch up with that. Even to just drop it on curve on turn 3. Yes, I often end up playing it on 3 without kicker. Simply because I have a Praiser in hand that I want to drop on the following turn. So I'll be more than happy to play that on 3 without the kicker. It's even really good against mono red, because usually by turn 3 they're down to 3 or 2 cards left in hand, and you can end up blowing them out with just a simple discard spell. Like, honestly, like, it's probably my favorite deck that I've built recently, and I'm honestly half tempted to build it in paper because it's a pretty cheap deck. I think the most expensive card in the entire deck is Liliana. And it's got enough removal and enough different removal to be fairly competitive against most things. Poison Dart Frog, huh? Interesting choice. Let's go here, and do you want to play the Inspector or the Analyst? I think the Analyst. Attack for 1. Are you gonna block? Nah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I've got an idea for another build, and that build is what is it? It is Rakdos. It's like Rakdos joins up Reanimator, but with like a decent like discard sub theme, also including Aggressive Sabotage, because I think like a really good way to set your opponent like off balance is to play discard and like get rid of their removal, get rid of their counter spells, get rid of things that they have to mess up your game plan, and I think you'll have a much better chance of winning games using a Reanimator strategy if you rip up your opponent's hand while you're doing it. Also consider it on paper. It can be a wild deck to shovel. Yes, yeah. And that's specifically like what I would want to do, is I would just want to build it because it's really cheap and it's kind of off the wall, and just take it to like your local FNM and just play some games. It doesn't really even matter if you win or lose, just play some games and have some fun. Let's see. Gosh. Opponent's down to one card left in hand. I don't know what they're going to do with that last card. So I think I'm just going to play Wojak. No attacks. Yeah, I've been playing with like a lot of different like budget builds, just because I don't have any like paper Magic decks other than like a handful of commander precons that I have to play with my brothers. But as far as like going down to an FNM for like a standard event, I mean, the last time I played an FNM in like standard was like 2014. So I'm a little bit out of the loop. Let's see. Next, I am going to attack with the Wojak. And see if they want to block with the Poison Dart Frog. Alright. Give him that Death Touch. Pass. Waiting to see them block. Do you want to block the Wojak? He's coming. Alright, there we go. Let's take up the shield. Boop. Yeah, knock that guy out. Gain some life in the process. Play a Novice Inspector. So you're just playing a ton of mana dorks in that deck, aren't you? I mostly play Pauper in Modern at my local LGS, but Standard is my Visor. Yeah, same for me. Like I used to be a very like competitive, like tournament grinder kind of guy, but after a while I kind of fell out of it, and I lost my play group, and real life kind of happened, and so I couldn't really do all the things that I wanted to do. So I just kind of moved on with my life, and I didn't find Arena until I think a couple years ago. I got back into playing regularly around Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Okay, we're not attacking yet because you can block the Poison Dart Frog. But yeah, I came back with Neon Dynasty. Started playing more and more, and I got really into it. It's like I really enjoyed the way Arena plays, and for the most part you have everything in Standard you could ever want. Okay, let's activate this ability, draw a card. Okay, get another Wojak. So we're going to give this unblockable. And we are going to attack with this, this, and this. Keep back a few guys for blocking. Yeah, attack. And you take it. Well, that wasn't the smartest play, friend. But yeah, ooh. I'm assuming he's got something like really huge in his deck he wants to play, but he's just not drawing it. I feel ya. I'm a teacher and I've been in and out of Magic since OG Excellent. Yeah, I started playing Magic in '96. My first set was Ice Age. So I've been in and out of the game for a very long time. And activate ability. Yeah, I've been in and out of the game for a long time. Ooh, Profts. Nice. Yeah, give that unblockable. But we're not going to combat just yet. We're going to play this profs. We're going to draw another card. And give that Wojak +2/+2. There it is. Alright, go to combat. Props gives that +2/+2 counters. Alright, that's 6 unblockable damage. Good game, friend. Just stack with that. That's it. Yeah, I'm ancient. I was born in 82. So I've got a few years on me. Yeah, I discovered Magic when I think I was 13 in around like 96. Ice Age was the set that was available at the time. And I only discovered the game because this nerdy friend of mine invited me over to his house one day and showed me his cards at his house. And I'm like, this is kind of cool. How do I get into this? And that was honestly that was the beginning of the end. I was like, I got into it and I just kept on going. Young whippersnapper. I have a feeling we might be getting some Farquaad gaming lore pretty soon. By all means, hit me with the lore. I'd love to know. Once upon a time, I was the youngest guy in my playgroup. If I were to go back to my old stomping grounds right now, I think I'd probably be the eldest, if not close to eldest person there. Which would be really funny because I used to work at my old LGS. I used to run the tournaments. It would be pretty funny to go back there and see if I even recognize a single face. But like I said, last time I played Paper was 2014. That was 10 years ago. A lot of things can happen in 10 years. Alright, our opponent for the day is Sativa Storm, 707. They played a Mountain into a Kumano faces Kakazan, and they just slapped me across the face with 5 fingers. Not a big fan, but I am a big fan of playing Novice Inspector on turn 1. One of the younger ones in my Pauper group. Farquaad Gaming says, started playing mid-90s also. Didn't play for a couple of decades. Then started Arena earlier this year. Now, I was in and out for a while. Like, I played from 96 Ice Age area. Played all the way through. I played all the way through to Invasion, played through Odyssey, played through Mirrodin. I think I didn't stop until like just before I believe the set was called Cold Snap, and around that era of time where they did like the time spiral and like the Alara block. I believe I came back just as Alara was coming in. So I also missed out on like Lorwyn and all that nonsense. Let's block that. But then I played again consistently for, I think, probably like a few years. And then I dropped out again. And then I came back in. So like, I've been in and out for a long time. Okay, I'm going to play this Novice Inspector and hold up mana for Take Up the Shield. No attacks. I'm going to see what you want to throw at me. Okay, you want to play with fire, huh? All right. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna let you kill that, and we'll see what else you want to play this turn. Okay, this is where we play Take Up the Shield. And we see if you want to attack. Oh my god, he's actually attacking. Alright. Cool. Go to 9. And keep my creature, most importantly. Let's see here. Let's draw a card. And keep up mana for No More Lies. Alright, next. No attacks, end turn. Three cards in hand, 2 mountains on the table, and a Monastery Swiftspear. What you gonna do? What's a planeswalker? What's a legend? You know what's funny? Is I remember playing with a guy when I came back after a long break, and this guy was one of the most miserable fuckers I ever came into contact with. Like, whenever something didn't go his way, he would just let out this long, drawn-out, miserable sigh. He was like, ugh, I guess. Whatever. He was so miserable all the time. It's like, it made playing against him such a slog. And his biggest beef was the fact that planeswalkers existed, and the fact that they were always mythic legendary, and he was always just so upset about it. He just could not ever be satiated. I'm gonna keep that. I want to keep mana open for that. And like, he felt in his heart of hearts that Magic was dying and it was going downhill, and the game was going to be dead within 5 years because of planeswalkers. Because they added an extra step of rarity, and that rarity had planeswalkers in it. And here we are 15 years later, playing our favorite game on a computer. Alright, he's not doing anything, so I'm going to activate this and draw a card. Give me something good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good too. I'm going to play this Lonely Arroyo, and then I'm going to play Novice Inspector. Boom, boom. What is the cost? Oh yeah, the disguise cost is only 2. So I'm going to turn face up, and then I'm going to tap that. Y'all want to single say tap that. Then I'm going to attack for 3. Pow. End turn. Yes. The very important thing to remember is that Wizards of the Coast, owned by Hasbro, by the way, is a for-profit company. For-profit companies do not care about you. They have never cared about you, and they never will care about you. They only care about extracting as much money as humanly possible from you at every given turn. So while they may be making your favorite game, IP, product ever, you will never be more to them than a paycheck. So just keep that in mind. Oh no, it's a Slicky. It's a Slicky with no spells to back it up with. Oof. I also have nothing going on either. Next. Attack. I'm just going to do everything I can to beat you down. And if that means attacking turn over turn with a vigilance creature, that's what I'm going to do. Pow. Wow, I've never seen that creature block before. That was new. Ooh, they play Mountain. Good game, friend. You put up a good fight. Detectives win, I guess. Alright, awesome. Okay, so I've been at it for over 2 hours now. I think that's enough footage for this video. So, I am going to call it here, and I thank you all very much. Ooh, Lost GT, thank you, sir. Thank you all very much for spending this afternoon with me. I will probably, I don't want to promise anything, but I will probably hop on again tomorrow and do some more of this live stream, do some more testing, get a little more footage. But until then, this is going to be it for me tonight. I did, however, pick up an at-home treadmill, so I might do a little walking and talking vertical stream. I'll do it on YouTube also. I won't do that on TikTok. So if I decide that I want to get a little exercise in before I go to sleep tonight, you might be able to see me there. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow maybe. Again, no promises. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Ciao.